Hi, hello friends. Welcome to the today's session. Welcome to Unacademy and welcome to my classes. In this session, we are going to discuss some of the previous year questions and some of the MCQs which are on part of Mac layer. Before entering into the session, let us all say our anthem that crack GATE and ESE with India's largest learning platform, none other than Unacademy. Get Plus subscription and access unlimited live and recorded lectures from India's topmost educators. Dear friend, an academy provided wonderful interface to provide the top quality content to dedicated students. So utilize this opportunity and clear your goals and achieve your aims just by clearing GATE examination. So GATE examination is one of the prestigious examination which needs some of the tips and shortcuts and guidance also because it's completely based on a negative marking approach. So on behalf of an academy, I can ensure that if you take an admission into an academy, then you're going to get to see that your goal is going to be fulfilled. And myself is Srinivasrao IS, having more than 15 years of experience in the GATE with various papers. I also had industry experience in the backend side, that is a database and a systems side. So throughout my journey of GATE, I taught in many premium academies with a high success rate. Many of my students got completed their post graduation and settled in their life in top positions, either in PSUs or in software companies. So you also can achieve such kind of success just by clearing GATE examination. So GATE examination requires some kind of effort and tips and shortcuts, nothing else. But apart from that, there is a need of some good guidance from the senior faculty members. So according to GATE and ESE concern, to get the admission into an academy, there are two kinds of subscriptions, plus and iconic. So once you become a plus member or a plus student or a subscriber, you are going to see that unrestricted access, which means you can have live sessions, mock quizzes, mock sessions, and many other things. Apart from that, Unacademy is also offering concession by using my referral code. So use my referral code to get the admission into Unacademy and see that you're going to get good amount of concession. So these are the prices after applying my final promo code. Current first year and second and third year students can opt for this super long term course. And 18 months, the third and second years can opt for this. And the current fourth year students can opt for this. So if you become a subscriber, then you're going to see that unrestricted access. Then an academy is going to take care of you everything. So according to Iconic Batch concern, the Iconic is nothing but it is a unique program which inbuilt a plus course, and to have a much more service to the students, we are also having 1:1 personal coach. So utilize this unique program and see that all your doubts are going to be cleared with a proper guidance. So my referral code is also eligible in this. So use my referral code to get the admission into an academy, and you're also going to get maximized discount. So these are the prices after applying my referral codes. Dear friends, so without a proper guidance and tips and shortcuts, it's a difficult to crack the GATE examination, you all know. So that's why learn the in-depth learning, in-depth coaching from the topmost educators and see that you are able to confidently give your examination. So if you are having any query, fill this form then Unacademy is going to direct a member who can able to assist you and clear all your doubts. Unacademy is prestigiously running some of the courses on our YouTube channel. Let's crack GATE CSE. Subscribe our YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon for latest notifications and updates. I use my referral code to get the admission into Unacademy. So let us see that what is today's agenda. So please join into Unacademy. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get entire content from all the 10 core subjects according to computer science. So the first question is like this. Which address is chipped onto your network interface card? So whenever you talk about network interface card, which address is inbuilt is chipped onto this is nothing but a what? So network interface card, you can assign IP address and it is inbuilt having an address called MAC. So this IP address can be changeable. IP address can be changeable. But when you talk about the MAC address, it is not possible to change because it is chipped with your NIC. So MAC address is not possible to change. It is a permanent. It is a chipped with NIC. So MAC address we call it, and we are not calling ARP and not calling IP address. And the second question is, in Ethernet local area network, which of the following statement is true? He is talking about identify the true statement as per Ethernet concern. First point, a station stop to sense the channel once it start transmitting the frame. In Ethernet, what is going to happen? Ethernet, we are using CSMA by CD approach. What is the meaning of that? Continuously sensing. Continuously sensing is one of the major point in your CSMA by CD. So along with your data, we are carry forwarding on this. Therefore, dear friends, what is going to happen? The first one is wrong because it doesn't stop sensing after transmission of your data, because your transmission time must be greater than is equal to double of your TP time. That means we keep on sensing until you find what? Collision signal up to 2 into TP time. Even during 2 into TP time, we unable to identify the collision means, then your data transmission is success. The purpose of jam signal is to pad the frames. No. The meaning of a jam signal is nothing but whenever the collisions have been detected, then to see that we want to warn the nodes that there is a collision happen. Therefore, collision signal will come back and signal will come back to the nodes. Therefore, they understand that collision is being detected. So that's why it is also wrong. A station continues to transmit the packet even after collision is detected. This is false. Why? When stations got collision detected after receiving your collision signal, then immediately they have to stop the transmission. Immediately they have to stop the transmission and wait for back off algorithm, back off time. And after your slot time, you can able to transmit your data. Therefore, the first three options are wrong. Let us check. The exponential back-off mechanism reduces the probability of collision on retransmission. So it's perfectly alright. Why? Back-off algorithm, first time collision we cannot expect. Maybe there may be a collisions in the medium. So after that, collisions will be drastically reduced and you can say that they are nullified, minimized to zero. Next time onwards, you never find a concept of a collision because we are having a sophisticated algorithm called binary exponential back-off algorithm, which is going to give you a different time slots to different nodes, those who are involved in collision. Therefore, option D is correct. So let us see a numerical question on this. So CSMA by CD network I am following running at 10 Mbps. So your bandwidth is given as 10 megabit per second and no repeaters between them. This is important point for us. And the signal speed is 10 power 6 kilometer per second. So minimum frame size is 1500 bytes. So he is asking you to find distance or length of the cable. This is one of the model question of your GATE 2013. So he also asked the distance of your cable. So according to CSMA by CD, we know the average transmission time must be TT greater than is equal to 2 into TP. So we want to find out first of all TP value. So what is the TP value? So L value is given, so still I am neutralizing this. Your length of the frame is nothing but 2 into TP into bandwidth. So he is asking, so TP is nothing but L greater than is equal to, it is a distance by speed into your bandwidth. So the requirement in this question is distance, remaining all parameters we are having. So let us post here L is equal to 1500 bytes. 1500 bytes convert into bits and it is a 2D. Your speed is 10 power 6 kilometer per second into your bandwidth is 10 Mbps. So we want to obtain this value. So how are you going to get 1500 into 8 into 10 power 6 kilometers per second? Just I am doing cross multiplication is equal to 2D into 10 Mbps. So it is 1500 into 8 so 12,000 into 10 power 6 km is equal to 2D and divided by your 10 Mbps. So this and this is a cancel and this is a cancel. Now 1200 is equal to 2D. So D is equal to 600 kilometers. So according to that, we got our answer that 600 kilometers is your distance. Now let us see one more question. A 2 kilometer broadcast LAN. So this time distance is mentioned as a 2 kilometer and your bandwidth is mentioned as a 10 power 7 bits per second and CSMA by CD with the 2 repeaters and repeater delay is equal to 2.5 microseconds and speed in the channel. So 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. He is asking find the length of the data. So he is asking L value. So how to get L value? We know the situation. According to CSMA by CD, this is like this. So we want to find L value. L is greater than is equal to 2 into TP into bandwidth. But there is one important point here. So two repeaters are mentioned. So we want to take them. So L is equal to 2 into your TP plus your repeater delay into bandwidth. So we want to first of all find your TP value. Your TP is a distance by speed. So 2 kilometer cable using standard speed 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So 2 into 10 power 3 meters by 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So it is 10 microseconds I can write. So your L is equal to 2 into 10 microseconds plus 2 repeaters, and your bandwidth is mentioned. It is mentioned as 10 power 7 bits per second. So your L is equal to 10 and 5, 15. So 2 into 15 microseconds means 10 power minus 6s into 10 power 7 bits per second. So what is your value? So this is 3000 bits. Your answer. So it is asking you to convert into bytes. So 3000 215 is a 30 into 10, it is a 300. So 300 bits divided by 8. So 300 by 8 is 37.5 bytes. This is your answer according to this question. If you look at one more question. So MAC layer is 1 gigabit per second over a 1 kilometer cable. Distance is equal to 1 kilometer and your bandwidth is equal to 1 gigabit per second and the signal speed is standard speed, and is asking you to find L value. So L is equal to, this time no repeaters, I am directly focusing into that. So your answer is, so TP you need to find out. TP is nothing but distance by speed. So 1 km divided by 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So this is 5 microseconds. So you got L is equal to 2 into your 5 microseconds into your bandwidth is giga or 10 power 9 bits per second. So L is equal to 2 into 5 into 10 power 3 bits. So your answer is 10,000 bits. And if you look at the next question, distance is equal to 200 meters. And your bandwidth is equal to 1 gigabit per second. And the CSMA by CD. So similar question, L value we want to find. So L is equal to 2 into TP into your bandwidth. So every question there is a logic, observe carefully. So you need to find TP, which is distance by speed. So 200 meters by your speed, 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So 100 into 10 power minus 6s is your TP. So 2 into 100 into 10 power minus 6s into your bandwidth is 1 gigabit, 10 power 9 bits per second. Your answer is, so 2 into 100 into 10 power 3 bits. But he is asking answer in the form of bytes. Therefore divided by 8. What is your value? So our value is it is 25,000 bytes. So let us cross check once. Distance is 200 meters and speed is a 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So this is 100. 100 into this is a 10 power minus 8. So 10 power minus 8 means it's a 10 power 1. So 2000 by 8. It is 250. bytes. Now let us see one more question. This is a different question. In an Ethernet, a station collide 4 times. So node 1 got the collision number first 1 time, then collision number is incremented by 1, then collision number is incremented by 1, then collision number is incremented by 1. 4 times collisions happen. So what are your slot numbers here? 0 to 2 power 4 minus 1, which is 0 dot dot to 15. So then we are going to transmit it to 16th attempt. So 16 into your standard Ethernet is taking your standard Ethernet. This is the hidden point in this. Your standard Ethernet TP is equal to 51.2 microseconds. This you need to consider. So 16 into 51.2 microseconds is your answer. So 16 into 51.2 is this much. Now let us take one more question. So bandwidth is a mention 20 into 10 power 6 bits per second, and the signal propagation time from one node to other node. TP is a mention as 40 microseconds. He is asking find the minimum size of a frame. This is very simple. In bytes you need to calculate. So your L is equal to 2 into TP into your bandwidth, which is supposed to be divided by 8. Because your bandwidth is given in the form of what? Bits per second. But answer we need bytes per second. Bytes. So 2 into TP, it is 2 into 40 microseconds. Micro means 10 power minus 6s into your bandwidth is 20 into 10 power 6 Mbps, because MB is nothing but 10 power 6. MB means 10 power 6. Microseconds means 10 power minus 6. So what is your altogether answer? This and this is cancelled. So 240, 80 into 20 is a 1600, and divided by 8 is 200 bytes. This is your answer. Now this time he is asking what is the signal speed. Speed he is asking. According to CSMA by CD, distance is a 1 kilometer and no repeaters we are following. Frame size is a given. Bandwidth is a given. Let us take. Bandwidth is equal to 10 power 8 bits per second, and your distance is equal to 1 kilometer, and frame size L value is given 1250 bytes, and distance is also mentioned. So we want to find speed. So according to CSMA by CD, L is equal to 2 into TP into bandwidth. How did you get this? So your transmission time greater than is equal to 2 into TP. Like this you got this equation. So L value is already mentioned 1250 bytes, and 2 into TP means distance by speed into bandwidth is given 10 power 8 bits per second. So let us post here 1250. Bandwidth is in a bits and data is in a bytes, therefore conversion required. 1250 into 8 is equal to 2 into distance is mentioned 1 km by speed we don't know into your bandwidth 10 power 8 bits per second. So it is 1250 into 8 to S, which is 10,000 S. So 2 kilometer into 10 power 8 bits per second. So S we want. So 2 kilo into 10 power 8 bits per second divided by your 10,000. What is 10,000 bits there? So it is 10,000. No? So 2 he is asking answer in the form of what? Kilometers per second only. Therefore, we are going to get answer in the form of kilometer only. 2 into 10 power 8 into 10 power minus 4, which is equal to 2 into 10 power 4, which is nothing but 20,000 kilometer per second. So 20,000 kilometer per second. This is your answer. Now let us take one more question. Suppose round trip delay for a 10 Mbps Ethernet. This is your previous gate question. So your RTT is nothing but 2 into TP is a mention. One is for data signal, one is for collision signal. How much it is? 46.4 microseconds. And your bandwidth is mentioned as 10 Mbps. and there is a jam signal because collisions are detected. Maybe it is a 48-bit jam signal. He is asking what is L value. So naturally, how we people will do whenever he is saying that Ethernet, please recollect Ethernet standards. When you are talking about Ethernet, Ethernet is used as frame calculation according to CSMA by CD. Again, we are going back. So your L is equal to 2 into TP into bandwidth only. So this 2 into TP is given 46.4 microseconds and your bandwidth is a given 10 Mbps. So L is equal to micro and MB cancel हो जाएगा. So L is equal to 464 bits. Then we got a suspicion here. He mentioned a jamming signal, right? So we are getting that your frame size is 464 bits. And minus, we are using a jam signal. The jam signal is 48 bit and we thought to write answer as 416 bits. Both answers are there. 416 is also there, 464 is also there, but this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because your frame size calculation according to Ethernet, we never worry about the jam signal because Ethernet frame size calculation in order to detect the collision is CSMA by CD. So according to CSMA by CD, you got 464 bits. We are not going to consider your jam bits here because we want to sustain this much to detect what collisions because of the equation that your average transmission time must be greater than is equal to this. So at least you need to maintain this much in order to detect what collisions. That's why your answer is 464, not 416. And next question is, so he's asking length of the cable in Ethernet. Again, we are going back the situation. Whenever you are talking about Ethernet, L is equal to 2 into TP into bandwidth. Please recollect this for this formula. Very easy to answer the question. So bandwidth is a 500 Mbps given. And your frame size is a 10,000 bits given. And the signal speed is 2 into 10 power 8 meters per second. Or you can consider 2 lakh kilometers. What is asking? Distance is asking. So which means L is equal to 2 into distance by speed into your bandwidth. So we got L into S is equal to 2D bandwidth. Finally, your L into S by bandwidth is equal to 2D. This is the equation. So L is the 10,000 bits. Into speed. So 2 lakh kilometer per second divided by bandwidth 500 Mbps. And this we are making equal to 2D. Now it is so the value is how many zeros are there? 2 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10 power 7 by 5 into 10 power 6. MB means 10 power 6 This is a bits per second. This is a kilometers per second. Now you got your answer. So 2.5 to 10 power 7 into 10 power minus 6 equal to d by 2. This is 0.4. So this is 5 into 10 power 6. So which is nothing but, so finally what do we write here? So 2 into 10 power 7 into 10 power minus 6 equal to 2d by 5, which is a 2 into 10 power 1 equal to 2d by 5. So which is nothing but 4 equal to 2d. So d equal to 2 kilometers. This is your answer according to that. Now if you look at another question, this is a very important question. So MAC layer receives a 42 bytes of data from your upper layer. MAC receives 42 bytes of data according to Ethernet. Please don't forget that. According to Ethernet. So how many bytes of padding must be required? So dash number of bytes of padding required. So when are we going to do the padding? When are we going to do the padding? According to Ethernet, according to your Ethernet, your minimum frame size equal to 64 bytes minus 18 byte header and trailer. So your minimum sustainability is 46 bytes. And how much you received? 42 you received. Excuse me. Received is equal to 42 bytes. So you are not satisfying the minimum sustainability. Therefore, the length field is 42. In your Ethernet frame, if you observe, your length field is 42. Length is nothing but data. Your data and padding, no, two fields are there, data and padding. Data is a 42 bytes and padding is a 4 bytes in order to sustain your 46 bytes of data. Therefore, 4 bytes you need to pad it. Now let us see, if RTT is a 40 ms and transmission delay is a 200 ms, so what is the throughput of standard Ethernet? So your throughput is nothing but link efficiency into bandwidth required. So here bandwidth is not there. So just I am calculating link efficiency only. So what is the link efficiency? Useful divided by total. So what is useful? Your TT time. What is your total? So TT plus 2 into TP. So your answer is TT is a 200 ms is given by 40 ms is given. n plus 200 ms into 100. So what is our value? 200 by 240 into 100. So this is your answer altogether. Useful is a 200 ms and total is, because 2 into TP is already mentioned as your 40 ms. So 200 ms plus 40 ms into 100. And next question is 10 Mbps bandwidth. So if he asks that very clearly, according to this, RTD is at 40 ms and transmission delay is 200 ms. If you feel that TT by TT plus 2 into TP, it is a concept of 1 by 1 plus A, 1 by 1 plus 2A. So what are we going to do? So in order to solve the things, because he very clearly say that you need to calculate what? Standard Ethernet. According to standard Ethernet, this value you have to multiply with E. What is E? It is a 2.712 because collision slots are also there. So don't forget that, because we are following a what? Standard Ethernet. So we assume two types of collisions here. One is low contention slot or high contention slot. If it is a low contention slot, you need to go for this is actually 1 by 1 plus 2A. You multiply with your E, then we are going to get 1 by 1 plus 5.44A. So what is A there? A is nothing but your TP by TT. Please use like that. Don't forget the E value, because we are following what? Standard Ethernet. So according to that, A value TP by TT means TP is a 40 ms and TT is your 200 ms. So 40 by 200, it is 0.2. Now you will post your value. What is your value? 1 by 1 plus 5.44 to 0.2. So 5.44 to 0.2 plus 1. So 2.00. So you multiply this with 100. If it is high contention slot, so you follow 1 by 1 plus 6.44A. Here again there is a one important point. Here RTT is given as a 40 ms. So therefore TP is going to be what? See that the different kinds of hidden points are there. So you need to consider it is a what? 20. Now it is going to be what? 0.1. It is going to be what? 0.1. Now you got your answer as 1 by 1 plus this value. If it is high contention slot, it is a 1 by 1 plus 6.44 into 0.1 into 100. Now come to next question. 10 Mbps channel, so 2.5 kilometer distance, and the speed is 2.5 into 10 power 8 meters per second. Packet size 128 bytes. So 28 bytes are overhead. So we don't consider a header. So because it's a overhead, so he is asking find effective transmission rate. So effective transmission rate is nothing but. So let us see now your value. You need to find a TT and you also need to find what? TP. So TT is L upon bandwidth and TP is distance by speed. So he is asking link efficiency, right? Link efficiency according to what? Ethernet. According to Ethernet. So again we are going to fall 1 by 1 plus 5.44a. Here a is nothing but TP by TT. So TP you need to calculate distance by speed 2.5 km divided by your speed 2.5 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So numerator is in kilometers, multiply with 8. So it is 10 power 3. So 10 power 3 into 10 power minus 8. It is 10 power minus 5. I can write as 10 microseconds. If you are taking TT, the TT is L upon bandwidth. So 100 bytes divided by 10 Mbps. MB is nothing but 10 power 6 bits per second. So it is 80 into 10 power minus 6s. So you post into this. So 1 by 1 plus 5.44. Your A is 10 microseconds by 80 microseconds. And see that what is your answer. And to this you have to multiply your bandwidth. What is your bandwidth? 10 Mbps. Now you will get throughput. Now let us do one more question. So what is true? Ethernet frame and IP packet consist of checksum. This is false because IP requires a checksum, but Ethernet trailer consists of CRC only. So CRC, cyclic redundancy checker, we are using according to Ethernet. Therefore, it's false. So Ethernet includes checksum. No, Ethernet includes CRC. And IP includes checksum. Therefore, option C is correct. So in Ethernet Manchester encoding, this is your previous gate question. Ethernet Manchester encoding, the bit rate is, already we learned in the last session, bit rate is equal to half of your baud rate. Baud rate is double of your bit rate. Now this is a time slotted concept. 4 stations and they are having some probability slots, and a slot is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. This is your 2015 gate question. The probability of sending frame in the first slot without any collision. What is the answer? So we know slotted system. What is a slotted mechanism? So n stations probability others must not send. So whenever station 1 is sending with a probability p, other stations must not send. So they are all supposed to be silent when one particular station is transmitting. So it may be anybody. So if this guy is transmitting, others n minus 1 stations must not transmit. If this guy is sending, then other 1 minus p stations must not transmit. If this guy is sending, then other 1 minus p stations must not transmit. So this is your slot time so that you don't get any kind of collision. And the slot times are already given to you. It is a 0.1 for the station 1. So 1 minus 0.2, 1 minus 0.3, 1 minus 0.4. And next 1 minus 0.1, then 0.2, 1 minus 0.3, and 1 minus 0.4. And next 1 minus 0.1, 1 minus 0.2. Next, this time station 3 got access. So 0.3 probability and 1 minus 0.4 plus all are silent. 1 minus 0.1, 1 minus 0.2, 1 minus 0.3 and 0.4. This is your answer. So sum of them and see that you are going to get answer. So this is also what he is asking. Find the cable length. We know find the cable length means L is equal to 2D by S into your bandwidth. Now L into S by bandwidth is equal to 2D. So you will get a distance. Use the parameters and solve it. So Ethernet implements DAS service. Ethernet always supports connectionless service only. That's the answer. So the minimum frame size in CSMA by CD network is 48 bytes. So L is equal to 48 bytes given. And the bandwidth is given as 1 Mbps. So what will be the propagation? TP is asking. We know one important parameter according to CSMA by CD. What is that? According to CSMA by CD, your average transmission time must be greater than is equal to 2 into TP. So what he is asking TP now? So nothing but half of your TT you do. So your TT is L upon your bandwidth. So what is your L? It's a 48 byte into 8 bits and your bandwidth is 10 power 6 bits per second. So 48 into 8. So 384 into 10 power minus 6s. So this is our answer. So in that you got one value. What is the value? 384 microseconds. And it's supposed to be 2 into TP. It is equal. Now only TP I am asking. Therefore divided by 2. It is 192 microseconds. Very interesting question this is. So that's why you please remember this parameter. Come to next question. He is asking same cable length only. What is the cable length equation? Your length of data and speed divided by bandwidth is equal to 2D. You will get answer. But see that some are bytes are given. So bytes you need to convert into bits because bandwidth is given in the form of bits per second. Or you want me to write, I will write. So L is equal to 1500 into 8, and your speed of the cable is 10 power 6 kilometer per second, and your bandwidth is 10 into 10 power 6 bits per second is equal to 2D. And see that what is the answer in kilometers only is asking. Yeah. See this question. Packet size is 1000 bits. Node A and B are connected by 100 kbps Ethernet segment with a 6 ms propagation time between them. So TP is equal to 6 milliseconds and packet size is equal to 1000 bits and bandwidth is equal to 100 kbps. So nodes are collide. A and B are collision. That means their data is a collide, not A and B. Data packets of A and B are collide. Now A chosen 0. So slot time A chosen 0. Then B obviously chosen 1 because your collision number is 1 here. And your collision number is 1 here. So when A chosen 0, then what is A waiting time? A's waiting time is 0 only. Why 0 into 2 into TP is A's waiting time? Because you chosen 0. And what is B's waiting time? 1 into 2 into TP. Right? So what is TP value? It's a 6 milliseconds. So what time A packet is going to be delivered to B? So your waiting time is 0 into 2p, 2 into TP. Therefore your waiting time is 0 according to this slot time. So what is your total time? First let us also find TT. 1000 bits by 100 kilobit per second. Which is 10 milliseconds. That's it. We got all the figures. TT. First I will transmit the data. Then data is propagating over the medium. And we will wait till the collision signal has come. And we will wait back off waiting time. Plus we will again transmit the data. Again it should go. Again we are waiting for collision signal. This much is your time you are taking to push your data to the other party. So very interesting question this is. So what time A packet delivered to B? So according to this is Ethernet. According to Ethernet, binary exponential backoff algorithm also we are using. And he is asking A packet means A waiting time you got 0 because you chosen your slot number is equal to 0. Therefore our answer is TT we got 10 milliseconds. First time I am issuing the data first time. Then I am traversing to 6 microseconds, 6 milliseconds. Then I got the collision signal back 6 ms plus your waiting time is at 0 plus your TT. Again I am pushing the data 10 ms. Again the data is going to take the propagation 6 ms. And we are waiting till you get what? Collision signal. This much time. So 16, 22, 32, 38, 44 milliseconds we take. So if you take next question, So if jam signal is ignored means reverse TP is not there. Therefore, what is your total time? Same question. What is your total time? First time, what I am doing? I am pushing the data and transmitting the data. Jam signal I am not taking. Plus your back off time, and again I am pushing the data and it should go back. So this is your answer. So in this case, your total time is this much, because I am not taking a what? Jamming signal is ignored. Well friends, you observe carefully. Continuation question only. According to that, TT is equal to 10 milliseconds. TP is equal to 6 milliseconds. And jam signal is ignored. We are not going to take the jam signal. But A chosen 1, this is important point. Therefore, what is your total time? You will consider total time. How much? I have issued TT and data is going, and as there is no jam signal, now I am saying that back off time and plus again I am transmitting the data and plus your TP. So your back off time, according to that, it is a 10 milliseconds and it is a 6 milliseconds, and your back off time 1 into 2 into TP and plus 6 milli and 10 milliseconds and 6 milliseconds. Because back off time is vary, this time you choose in 1. So 1 into 2 into TP, which is nothing but 12. So this is your total time. So that's it friends. So many questions are there like this. Use your logic and solve it. So for further learning, please join into Unacademy and see that you're going to get this kind of stuff multi. So just listening free lectures won't help for you. Only you can clear your GATE examination. You want to get the better rank. So you need to solve this kind of logical oriented questions. Those we will discuss only on the Plus program. So please join into Unacademy either in the Plus course or Iconic batch, so that you can able to clear 100% your goal with a load, very least rank. So that's why qualifying is doesn't matter. You can qualify just by taking your YouTube lectures. But further learning, in-depth learning, please join into Unacademy and use my referral code to get the admission into Unacademy, so that I can able to guide you keep on continuously. So stay tuned to Unacademy and stay tuned to my classes. Thank you for all your support. Tomorrow session we will meet with transport layer introduction. Thank you very much.